politicians. We are in electoral year, so this time we're dealing with a lot of people coming into trying to be of influence. It's going to be important that if you are in connection with a politician that you do know, to have conversations with them for the ones that do vote. Now, I will say it's important on a local scale to play your part, because we may not have control over what goes on in the White House, but on a local scale, if you are of influence, if you do any type of community work and you're really concerned with the condition of your community, it's important that you know about the people that are going to be coming into your community. Now, I know that states and cities have different coordinates for how they go about with, breaking up a county. But here in Florida, we have our districts, and there's sub districts that's breaking up from the county, and in whatever neighborhood that you may live in, that's what it goes by. But yeah, there's these leaders, they're talking behind curtains right now. It's a interesting time that we're in, because people have to wear masks, face masks to interact. So it's interesting that this card comes up speaking upon that as well, is that our leaders are speaking behind these curtains. So just be aware and alert of what you're being told. I share. For the ones that are working from their heart, I'm sorry. It's from those who work from their heart. They're doing heart work, but at the same time, it's some type of freezing that's taking place inside your heart. Like Omarion said, where my icebox, where my heart used to be. This card applies in those circumstances as well, that we're doing necessarily that heart work, but don't be consumed in your heart. We can get frozen in our traumatic experiences. We can get frozen in our fears. We can get frozen in all these many different things, and these can stem from that heart in particular. So just remember to take that time and do the heart work possible. Now, there's an underlying mental awareness that needs to take place as well. Checking into that mental garden that we kind of spoke on in the beginning of this video. I'm so sorry, but it's all good. Yeah, let's go to the next. Balancing. The energies that we're dealing with are very unbalanced, because at a certain time of living in this nation, on these soils, in the America soils, not U.S., the America soils, there was a balance that was taking place between nature. Even in the worst circumstances of us depriving and taking so much from Mother Nature, it was a balance. But what we're seeing now is an extreme unbalance of our resources. And nature is fed up with the bullshit. Nature is extremely fed up with the bullshit. Woo! Toxic is a toxic effect that's taking place upon our earthly plane. I'm gonna tell you this. I went out to the beach the other day, and I seen all the algae that was coming up from the water. It was interesting, because normally you don't have that, or I haven't seen it going out to the beach like that. So to see that the earth was doing this filtration and rebirth also was taking place, as nature is also doing that rebirth, because it's not balanced. We're not being balanced. We're not being realistic about these situations. We're only looking at things on surface level, as in, murders, police brutality, and things of that nature. But we should be on a much deeper inner scope of what's taking place on globally. The meat industry is going haywire because they're not keeping up with the volume for the masses. Shit, we need to slow our ass down with the meat consumption. Real talk. But nobody want to talk about that. Nobody want to talk about that because we're being fed so many distractions at this time. But justice and order is going to be rebalanced. Things will come to light. Things will balance themselves out, regardless if you want it to or not. So you better get with the program. Beautiful illustration. I haven't got this card. I love it. Let's keep them more. Phew. We have a moon coming up and a lunar eclipse. This is going to be the strawberry moon, June 5th, once again. I'm predicting it's going to be overcast. May not be the best times to actually see the full moon and stuff, depending on what region you're in. I'm coming from southeast region, Florida area. So myself, I may not be able to see it because I feel there's gonna be overcast. But nature does whatever the hell it wants, so we'll see. But yeah, this lunar eclipse is going to be extremely intense, as in emotional flares will be heightened. There will be a heighten of emotional flares. If you're in any type of relationship, it's going to be important that y'all do some type of meditation going into this new moon to make sure that you're balancing out that masculine and feminine energy. If you are in any particular type of relationship or anything that you see potential as a partnership, or anything that you deem as seeing, you foresee some type of partnership with that person later on, it's important to do this type of meditation. Sit down with this person so that y'all can get in line and get on the same frequency, because it's going to be important during this time to be on that frequency. A lot of bullshit going on, like I say, a lot of fuckery going on. This too. Be careful about who you share your energy with. And I'm saying whoever you fucking. If their energy doesn't coincide with your energy, and I'm saying as if you're not programmed into what the mass media is saying, if you're not feeding into that fear, then you're good. But if someone's on a higher vibration and you're messing with somebody on a low vibration, as in caught up in the fear, caught up in the protest, caught up in the emotional aspect of this, being reactionary instead of processing things, then that may not be the best person for you at this time. Straight up. That was my Travis Scott. Well, yeah, it wouldn't be the best to get caught up in the energy. Don't get caught up in the world. Leave the world alone. Be in tune with the earth. It's two different dimensions we're dealing with. I'm starting to realize that. I thought that this was just the earthly plane that we're on, but there is a subdivision inside this earthly plane as well, and that's the world that we deal with on a day-to-day basis. Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. It's a little scripture for y'all bitches. Help them, Lord. Help them, Lord. Whew. Sacrifice. What are you willing to sacrifice for greatness? What are you willing to... And this card is Hangman, the Hangman. What are you willing to sacrifice to be your most authentic self? Are you willing to give up food? Are you willing to give up sex? Are you willing to give up time? Energy. What are you willing to give up? What are you willing to sacrifice in order to progress, to elevate, to move forward? That's a question we all have to ask ourselves. What are you willing to give up in order to move forward? Are you at a bit of a crossroad? I feel like I'm speaking to some people that are in their final year of school, like like some type of engineering program. And it's a shift of learning style because we're going through this global pandemic. But you just necessarily don't feel that sense of direction even with your field that you're in. What are you willing to sacrifice to live in your truth? Are you willing to give up any type of perceived notions that have been put on you on what you're supposed to do? And maybe this is what I'm speaking on engineering. You sacrifice so much of your time fulfilling somebody else's wants, as in trying to obtain a degree that you may not want. But what are you willing to do to sacrifice so that you can enjoy your life? Because the amount of money you be making in any particular field may seem good at the time, but are you going to be happy doing it? Something to think about. All right? Sacrifice. We all going to have to sacrifice something during this time if you want to elevate. Don't be uprooted. Ground yourself. And that's a sacrifice in itself, because grounding yourself is a sacrifice. Because that's eternal life. Don't be traveling if you don't have to. Don't just be on the roads, the highways, just because. The roads are not clear. The interstates are not clear. Traveling during this month will not probably be the best thing to do. It may seem like an option because we're in the summer season, but think about it. If you're going to be out, how many other people are going to be out? And I'm saying public events, being at events as well. Large gatherings, protests, things of that nature. Be very cautious about what you're doing. Don't just be moving just because. Don't let your feet tread wherever it wants to just because you're bored. Figure out something game plan at home. Like I said, the interstates are not clear. If you do have to travel because of different circumstances, make sure you have your protection set in place. Make sure you do your prayers. Make sure you do the things that you know are going to protect you while you're on the road. Not sure. Help them. Oh, let me ring the bell. I gotta ring the bell on this. Gotta ring the bell on that one. That's such a heavy one. Bring myself back down for a second. That helped me come back down for a second. I had to come back down for a second off that one. That's 3 of Wands. 3 of Wands. Don't be one of the ones that get caught up getting a dumb ticket for speeding. Slow your ass down. Shit. And I like to drive fast, man. I gotta slow my ass down. But where the hell are you going? Why are you going so fast? Huh? Wherever you're trying to go is not that important. Give yourself adequate time. If you do work, give yourself adequate time on the road to drive. Do not be speeding out here. This is not the time to be doing any type of speeding. Shit. Next card, 10 of Cups. Drink water. Make sure you're drinking water. Stay hydrated. For my ladies, keep y'all yoni popping. Keep the thing on and popping. Make sure you got gallons of water. Do not be just relying off a bottle a day. That's not going to cut the check. Make sure you get adequate water in your body. Ladies, for you especially, keep that yoni popping. Please. For the brethren out here, we want that yoni to be popping. But at the same time, you know, I'm kind of standoffish with the pussy right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. I know I got to clean up the language a little bit. Excuse my French. French. Oui, oui. Wow. Lit right into it. For my females, be cognitive of what you put into your body. cognitive. Is that the right word? I don't know shit. But yeah, be aware of what you're putting in your body, making sure that you're taking care of your ovaries. You know what I'm saying? Don't let everybody come into your ovaries, into your walls. Protect yourself. For males, be careful of urinary tract infections. Eat cherries. Be aware of your pancreas. Got to. Be very observant about your digestive tract. Your reproductive organs, male and female. That goes for both. There's going to be some people that's going to have to deal with what's the word I'm looking for? Infertility. It's been something that's been on my radar. This topic of infertility. What's the word? Where the male's not good either. Infertility, pretty much. Infertility. Be aware of your phone usage and where you're carrying your phone on your body. Keep laptops out of your pelvis area when you're if you're sitting down. Don't put it in your lap. Try to put it on top of something. Try to keep your cell phone out your pockets. You want to protect your reproductive, because for those that hope of having children or in the process of having children or almost near childbirth, it's important to protect that egg, that seed that's going to be coming from the parents at all costs at this time. There's couples that have dealt with infertility or have had a miscarriage, stillbirth, whatever the case may be. It's been one of the topics that have came up in the field of my conversations. Eat cherries. Find fruits and herbs that may assist with healing of reproductive area. And last but not least, the tower. Babylon is falling. Babylon is crumbling in front of our eyes. It really is. This whole projected Eurocentric system has very shaky foundation. It's finally being exposed. And from that shaky foundation, there's no type of obstacle for it to crumble. There's no type of structure for it to stand upon. So Babylon is crumbling in front of our eyes. Things are coming to light. People are realizing y'all's president is an absolute fool, man. He's a puppet. And now that the same folks that put him in office are realizing he's not fulfilling his promises, they are finally becoming upset. Listen, when you see white folks start lashing out on other white folks, shit, better help them, Lord. Help them, Lord. But yes, we close that out. Close that out right there. But we give thanks to Legba and Arisha. Give thanks to Ifa, Odumara. Give thanks for these energies that are worshipped in many different ways and have many different names. That's from my Jegna, Dr. Chika Akua. But I always want to leave with hope. I always want to leave with mindset of prosperity and of manifestation. Take your energy that you have now from Unfollowers and Wolfpack. Become grounded within yourself. Tap into compassion. Start doing the self-healing of self. Forgive yourself so you can forgive others, so you can gain that compassion, because there's steps, there's orders to get to that. It's not given. But we all must grieve. We all must suffer to get to our healing. Gives us a better appreciation of our healing process. And always take a deep breath in. Long inhale, longer exhale. Whenever you come in those times of hardship, Remember to breathe. And again, I'm going to drop this information out there. Oops. Drop this information out there. This is my outro. And you always follow the wolf trail. Please do. You have my number. You get the information out. Comment, like, subscribe, all that. And a bag of chips. I got some things coming up. But there's always work to be done. I'm going to retire till I return back to the dirt. But Unfollowers and Wolfpack, keep the energy alive. Stay the course. Always have that sweetness of life. If you're lucky enough during this time, try to eat strawberries. Strawberries are going to be really good to be eaten in this season as well. Eat strawberries. But from your local bush doctor to my Unfollowers and Wolfpack, keep the energy alive. You got this. It's a war on the horizon, but understand we're behind the enemy territory and we must be militant at all times. Move with courage and valor. It's Papa Wolf Olokunfunmiola checking in, checking out.